disappointed. I'm disappointed with the performance. I thought the first half was unacceptable, and yeah, you complain about the pitch, but the pitch was the same for both sides. I think there was a real lack of quality. There was a lack of, I thought we looked nervous for the first time. And it's something that we've been really stressing about and trying to enjoy this moment, the challenge ahead of us. So that's a big challenge for us now, is to make sure that we've got to release those shackles and not think too much, because we're getting to that point when we can't afford any more losses. And I felt we didn't. We probably didn't deserve anything from the game. Maybe when we got to 2-1, I was thinking, when we got to 2-0, I was thinking about Montreal and Columbus last night, about staying in the game and getting one goal. We got that goal, and then we gave a crazy goal away after that. But I didn't feel as if we deserved anything from the game, and we've got to accept that. Sometimes you've got to take accountability for that. I will, and so will the players, and we've got to make sure that we're ready for Tuesday.
We'll get started with questions first with Franco here in the room, then Michelle.
Well, I felt as if we, because we didn't get much control, it made us nervous. These players so desperately want to do well, and they know what's in front of them, they know what they have to do, and sometimes that weighs heavy on you, and we've got to make sure now that it doesn't. We've hit a bad run at the wrong time, and that's not good at this point in the season. So I think we've got to remain balanced. We've got to think about the next 5 games. We know there's loads of points to play for. We know it's the team that recovers emotionally and physically and mentally from these setbacks that's going to be successful. Other teams are losing, not just us. And it's about the team that keeps their nerve. And we know it's probably going to go down to the last 3 or 4 games. But what I really want, forgetting challenging for the playoffs, forgetting challenging for whatever, there's a level of performance that's acceptable, and I felt in the first half that was unacceptable from us, and we've got to learn very quickly, and we've got to be better very quickly, because we're playing an outstanding team in Columbus on Tuesday.
Next question, Michelle, then Mike.
Phil, what's the team's mood right now? Three losses in a row on the road. Do you still feel the team had so much energy? It seemed like August was such a good month for you guys, and now there's been that dip that you're talking about. How do you sense the team mood, and did you have any feeling going into this game that it was going to be kind of a sloppy performance, or did you feel like they were sharp?
No, I always have a good feeling about this group because they are so together. I know how desperately they want to be successful. I know how together they are, and I know the spirit is great. What I will say is that they are hurting like mad. Because they so desperately want to win. Sometimes you can want that too much, and you've just got to relax. Before the game, my team talk was about composure, discipline, showing your quality, enjoying the challenge that's ahead of us. You can look at the league table, and you can either be fearful or enjoy it. And we've got to be able to enjoy this moment. We've only got 2 or 3 players that have been in this situation before. Pozuelo, Gonzalo, maybe are the ones that have got the experience, and they have to lead in this type of situation. And we've got a young team that has to learn very quick, because we're running out of time. The clock's ticking. And I didn't get a good feeling. They trained well during the week, and you come here, you're probably playing on a pitch that's unacceptable for in terms of playing, and they know that. But it was the same for both sides. I thought we maybe could have had a couple of penalties, but that I'll have to look at that. But my overriding feeling is we didn't deserve anything from the game, so I'm not going to make any excuses. It was unacceptable from what I saw.
Can I ask a follow-up, or?
We'll go to Mike, and then we'll go back to you, Michelle.
Okay, thank you.
Mike.
Thank you, Rafa. Phil, if I can just follow up a little bit about what you were saying. Do you have to instill in the boys now that, Tuesday, Columbus, quick turnaround, and maybe play with a sense of desperation? Because that's the team you're chasing right now, at least at this point, for the 7th spot.
Yeah, well, I think I think there's a couple of things. We've got to make sure that we now select the right team. I think we've got to get freshness in the team somewhere. I think that's at this stage of the season, freshness is key. So we'll be picking fresher players on Tuesday, players that are ready to compete, players that are ready to fight, players that are going to play without any kind of fear. And there is, you know, I've just said to him in the end, is that really, you know, without really stating the obvious, we have to win on Tuesday, and that's still no different than what was before the game. We would have had to have won our home games to have any chance of getting the playoffs. So we shouldn't put any more expectation on us than what there was before the game. We knew before the game we would have to beat Columbus on Tuesday. So because we'd played Columbus in such a small, short space of time, we couldn't allow Columbus to take 6 points off us. So we had to make sure we come out of the 2 games against Columbus at least with an equal 3 points each. So that's not changed. And I hope the players feel that. I hope the players want that. You know, it's an incredibly exciting game on Tuesday. We're going to need every ounce of energy and support, and the fans behind us. You know, we had a lot of fans here today, and we let them down today. But it's winner takes all. Every game's a cup final. It feels like every game is a knockout competition now. So we have to win, and that should inspire us and not make us play with any fear.
Thank you, Phil. Good luck Tuesday.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Mike.
We'll go to Andrea, then Javier.
Good night, Phil. I wanted to ask you 2 quick ones. Can you give us an update on Damian Lowe, and is he gonna be ready for Tuesday, or he's out for the rest of the season? And can you talk a little bit about how did it affect you being 10 days without playing, and if you think that played a role on the display today? Thanks.
Well, Lowe and Coco probably not going to be with us this week. Definitely this week, and then we're going to the international break, so we're probably not going to be with them this week, or probably Leo. Leo's probably going to be too soon for Leo on Tuesday. He's been out for 6 weeks, so that's touch and go. And sorry, what was the final bit of it?
The 10-day.
The 10-day break was we didn't ask for the 10-day break. We didn't want the 10-day break. The 10-day break was enforced by the MLS. So it's probably a question that you asked them why our game last week was cancelled. So I can't say anything other than that. We would have liked to have played against Orlando last weekend. That was when the fixture was announced to be. There was no reason why it shouldn't have been last weekend. But like I say, I'm not privy to why it was cancelled. So. That was disappointing. It meant we had 3 away games and 10 days in between games, but it allowed us to rest and recover. So freshness was something that we wanted to take advantage of.
Javier.
Good evening, Phil.
Evening.
Every game coming up now is a playoff game, basically. You know, you need points. Do you have a set group of players that you want to use, or are you going to continue to move and look for freshness for each game, or do you have your core players? Are the ones you depend on to get you through this?
Well, I think we've got a core group of players that have been playing most games. So, yeah, there's a core group of players. But I think for Tuesday, I think we've got to look for freshness. We've got to look for freshness in terms of sort of like recovering from tonight. Columbus had an extra day's recovery, so we've got to make sure we have, you know, we get home at 3-4 in the morning. We've then got to train them tomorrow, and then it's match day -1 again. So the recovery is very, very short, and at this stage of the season, freshness is more important than any kind of training. So selection will be based on freshness, how they feel, how mentally they are. But this team have never, ever let us down yet this season. And this team have got fight in them. This team are together, and now what I've said to them is that really with the defeat tonight, the pressure goes off us because we're now probably chasing, and it's probably better off being chasing, sort of like in terms of pressure and expectation. We'd love to be in the playoff positions, but now we've got to take the shackles off. We've got to release all fear. We've got to just go for every single minute of every game, and we've got to win games of football. We've got to win the next 2, and that will put us back where we want to be. But it's not easy at this stage of the season, and I always think that you don't want it to be easy. It's the hard that makes it so good. It's the hard that makes it so exciting. It's the hard that when you do succeed makes it special. and I want this season to be special for this group of players because I think they deserve it.
Last question, Michelle.
Phil, when you're talking about freshness for Tuesday, can you talk about the subs today? Was there anybody today that stood out to you, Ari or Jovan or Bryce, that you think maybe should have played more, or that you might play more on Tuesday?
Well, I thought all three impacted the game. I thought Bryce Duke was really good when he came on, and the kid's really unlucky not to be playing. So he's definitely in my plans. Ari and Jovan are in my plans. Victor Joe is in my plans, and you're looking at Emerson Rodriguez. He's fresh as well and chomping. So we've got to pick the right team. Mabika as well, you could probably add to that. We've got to pick the right team. We've got enough quality. There's no excuses. Tonight wasn't good enough, but Tuesday night will be. Thanks, guys.
Gregor,
sharper, ready to take our aim. You're gonna know our name. I wake up showing my teeth, it's just the fire in me. I got a fire in me. We pray for the thrill, so run for your life. We are the storm, it's time to lock up and hide. We're in for the kill, we're here for the high. This is our kingdom and we're ready to fight. We're born animals. We're born animals. We're born animal. You're on the back foot now, ain't getting out. No one
discover all we do. Salt out the earth, taking a path with me. Life's a jungle, follow all the clues, finding the truth. On fire right now, I'm a burning grove, strong like tall guy, unravel growth. I'm losing all control. Survival, fight an animal. We climb so high, intangible, till we build the world anew. 'Cause we're wild, 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 wild. Play me loud, our freedom true. 'Cause we're wild, 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 wild. Courage foul, build the world anew. Say we're wild and free, venture out, discover all we do. Salt out the earth, taking a path with me. Life's a jungle, follow all the clues, finding the truth. We're wild, 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 wild. Courage foul, build the world anew. 'Cause we're wild, 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 wild. Play me loud, our freedom true. 'Cause we're wild, 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 wild. Courage foul, build the world anew. 'Cause we're wild, 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 wild. Play me loud, our freedom true. 'Cause we're wild, 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 wild. Courage foul, build the world anew. I'm a survivor.
La verdad que no conseguimos jugar hoy. El primer tiempo creo, pero que con eso mi compañero estaban muy abajo todos. Entonces no conseguimos jugar. Entonces el plan que tenía que era jugar y buscar los 3 puntos, pero no conseguimos.
Próxima pregunta, Michelle. De Andrea.
Gregory, ¿por qué tú crees un partido tan importante ahora que están bateando para el playoff? ¿Por qué tú crees que no jugaron mejor? ¿Por qué no había la urgencia? ¿Por qué habían tantos errores en los pases? ¿Por qué tú crees que el equipo no entró mejor y más fuerte hoy?
Creo que los pases no es una disculpa, pero la cancha hoy estaba muy mal. Pero nosotros no conseguimos jugar hoy. Y hoy mirando mis compañeros, yo sé que podemos más. Un juego tan importante como los otros, que yo creo que todos los partidos son muy importantes. Y hoy no conseguimos jugar, entonces ahora tenemos que ya pensar los próximos partidos. Claro, sentir la derrota, descansar, ir para casa, mirar que equivocamos o que podemos mejorar. Y los próximos partidos entrar más ligado, más con energía para que conseguimos los 3 puntos, que es importante también.
Andrea.
Hola, Gregory. Yo te quería preguntar cómo se le da vuelta a la página del partido de hoy para el martes. Columbus es un rival, ustedes perdieron hace poco. Entonces me imagino también que es complicado volvérselos a enfrentar después de esas 3 derrotas seguidas que ustedes han tenido. Así que ¿cómo le dan la vuelta a la página para ese partido?
Creo que estamos más cerca de ganar también, ¿no? Porque ahora tenemos un juego en nuestra casa que nosotros somos muy fuertes. Entonces, ahora, como yo lo dije, descansar, recuperar a los jugadores y irnos con todo en nuestra casa, que tenemos que ganar o sí o sí.
Franco.
Gregory, dijiste que no encontraron jugar hoy, pero ¿por qué Inter Miami no pudo jugar hoy? ¿Fue Chicago que jugó muy bien defensivamente? ¿Ustedes que no salieron claros? ¿Qué fue que no dejó Inter Miami jugar?
Yo no sé, estamos muy frescos ainda de los partidos. Vamos a revisar ainda con todos juntos, los staff, jugadores. Vamos a mirar por qué no jugamos. Vamos a corregir los errores y seguir para el próximo partido mejor, creo.
Michelle.
Sí, quería preguntarte de la pérdida de Damian Lowe. ¿Tú crees que eso afectó porque él es un líder en la cancha y también en el vestuario? Con él no hay, ¿tú crees que eso también afectó el equipo?
Claro, toda pérdida nos afecta porque nosotros somos un grupo muy fuerte. Entonces, perdemos Low, pero creo que en jugar tiene que suplir la ausencia de Low y tiene posibilidad, porque si está en un plantel de Inter Miami, tiene cualidad y tiene posibilidad de jugar. Entonces, lamentamos la falta de Low, pero tenemos que se preocupar quién va a jugar. Quien fue a jugar tiene que dar tu mejor y ayudar al equipo.
Última pregunta, Andrea.
Bueno, a pesar de la derrota, Gregory, me imagino que se fijaron en los resultados de los equipos con que ustedes están peleando directamente a los playoffs. ¿Cómo utilizan eso ustedes? ¿Se fijan en la tabla? ¿Piensan en la posibilidad que todavía tienen de cara a este partido del martes?
Claro, no, nosotros miramos porque estamos dentro de la liga, pero creo que la mayor importancia es pensar en nosotros, porque no cambia nada. Si nosotros no hacemos nuestra parte y si preocuparnos con otros partidos, otros equipos y acaba no jugamos. Entonces, mejor pensar en nosotros. Como dice, tenemos un partido muy importante ahora en casa y vamos a tratar de buscar los 3 puntos, que es muy importante.
Gracias, Gregory, and thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
All right, thank you.
Say we're wild and free, venture out, discover all we do.
The whole team is like out.
Slow down the earth. with me. Life's a jungle.
When are you flying back tomorrow?